Turkish-style stuffed eggplants baked in the oven. So delicious that it makes some people faint. Hi guys, welcome to Crush on Spices. Today we dive into Turkish cuisine and make one of the most delicious eggplant dishes, İmam Bayildi. We bought some slightly narrower eggplants today because we think they will become just the right size after filling them. You can adjust the sizes if you want. These ones weighed a maximum of 250 grams each, so if you only get larger eggplants, you can cut them lengthwise into half. First, trim the stalk a little. Don't cut it off completely, just remove some of the green. Then peel the eggplant a few times to create a stripy look like this. This allows the eggplant to absorb more flavor from the olive oil and tomato sauce later on. Did you know eggplants originally came from China and India? The first varieties were very tiny, and throughout Asia the small ones are still very popular. Through Arab traders, the eggplant arrived in Turkey around 1000 years ago, where new varieties have been cultivated ever since. Today, it is one of the most popular vegetables there. Traditional recipes fry the eggplants in a lot of olive oil, which obviously tastes amazing because we Bengalis also love to fry our eggplants, but then we use mustard oil. You know, every cuisine has its signature cooking oils, but if you want to cut down on oil, you can easily bake the eggplants in the oven like we do today. First, we pre-bake them at 180 degrees Celsius convection for 35 minutes. Depending on how thick your eggplants are, you may need to adjust the timings. While the eggplants are baking, we prepare the stuffing. We use young garlic for the dish because it has a milder flavor. We cut it into thin slices instead of chopping it. That way, it is perceived as part of the vegetables. Cut the onion into half circles. Here we have used a white onion, which is less pungent than the usual yellow onion. And therefore is more pleasant for this recipe as it makes up a large part of the filling. Also de-seed the pointed peppers, then cut them lengthwise into 5 mm thick slices and put them to one side. For a spicier version, you can also use the long green peppers that you can get from your Turkish grocery store. One of the stories how the dish got its name goes like this. An Imam married the daughter of an olive oil merchant who gifted the couple 12 bottles of his finest oil. The wife used the oil to prepare a delicious eggplant dish that the Imam loved so much he wanted to have it every day. However, on the 13th day there was no dish on the table, so the Imam asked his wife what happened, and she explained, "I have used up all our olive oil." The Imam was so shocked by this news that he fainted, giving the dish its name, İmam Bayıldı, the Imam fainted. This is why we can't be too short on olive oil, but don't worry, we won't need a whole bottle. But it needs to be enough to saute all next ingredients. As one of the most essential ingredients, the oil gives the dish its signature flavor. So make sure it is of good quality. Saute the onions on medium heat until they are translucent. Then add the bell peppers and saute for 5 minutes. Then add the garlic and sugar for another 5 minutes. Now we add the tomatoes. We pureed the fresh tomatoes ourselves as the tinned ones taste too intense. Saute the mixture until it thickens. Season to taste with salt and pepper and finally fold in some fresh parsley. As you can see, we hardly use any spices today. This is just a chance for us to get a fantastic taste with some different ingredients. The eggplants should be soft by now and have the right consistency to fill them up with the other veggies. Take them out of the oven and let them cool down a bit. Then cut them into half and shape them into boats with a spoon. Remove the excess liquid as it often tastes bitter. Now we can start stuffing them. Fill the eggplants generously, and if you have a few leftovers, simply use them in the sauce that we will prepare next. For the sauce, saute a little tomato concentrate with paprika. The leftover from the filling we simply add to the salsa. This sauce is typically quite thin yet aromatic with the simplest ingredients. Just season it with salt to taste and it's ready. Place the stuffed eggplants back in the oven for another 35 minutes. This is when the flavor truly unfolds. Sometimes a pepper is placed on top of each eggplant. Serve Imam Bayildi at room temperature with some nice flatbread, Turkish rice or bulgur. Depending on whether you use large or small eggplants, you can enjoy the dish as a starter or main course. Now stock up your pantry on eggplants and make this Turkish classic. See you in the next video and remember, always bay leaf in good food.